Welcome, RTS family. We are back cooking on the road. I'm Christy. I've been teaching cooking at 57 and Level Up. And because of the schools being closed, I'm home too, and I'm in my kitchen today. And I am visiting with one of my friends, Roxie. Hey. So I had asked you what you love to make right now when you're just like making something for yourself and you don't want it to be complicated, and you told me this recipe, so I'm going to let you tell us about it.
I said bean and corn quesadillas. I'd actually never really started making them until quarantine, and they've been really fun. They're really quick. I find myself eating a lot now, so I enjoy making them, and they taste really good and they're simple. So yeah.
All right, we love it. So I was thinking earlier, like, do you ever add any other like condiments at the end, like sour cream or salsa or avocado, or do you just keep it real simple usually?
I usually have hot sauce because I love hot sauce, but I think it would definitely taste good with tomato, avocado, onion, whatever you really like. But I think this is the simplest version and it tastes really good.
Yeah, cool. That sounds great. So tell us what other, like you're using, I think you're using black beans today, you said?
Yes, I'm using canned black beans.
Me too.
But I think any type of bean would probably work. Just depends on your preference. And then I'm using frozen corn. I'm using white corn, but yellow corn.
Got some in here too, but it was frozen also, and I think it was a yellow corn, a sweet yellow corn, but. Yeah. And cheese, what cheese are you using?
I'm using provolone. In the past, I've used cheddar, but I think this will work just as well. Any cheese that really melts really well is going to work.
Yeah, because it's going to kind of stick together, right? Like stick the quesadilla together.
Mozzarella would work really well.
Yeah, that's probably really good. And then I'm using a pepper jack cheese today. So I've been really liking things a little spicier right now, which seems like it's good for my immune system anyway. So it's not going to be bad, right? To burn everything out that needs to get burned out. All right. So what's the first thing we're going to do?
So the first thing I do is open my beans and I strain them and rinse them off because there is bean juice in a can of beans.
Right. Okay. Makes sense.
I'll move my camera like that so you can see.
I've got a little strainer here too. Actually, mine's I think in the sink already. Wash.
So I just pour them in.
Say that again.
I pour them in the strainer and empty the can. And what I usually do just to get all the beans out is fill that with water and use that to rinse them off.
Right. Mine all came out, but I do the same thing if they don't all come out. Yeah. You never know.
And then I wait till all the color's out. And then.
Okay. I'm going to bring it back over here. I'll just put it in a little bowl. All righty.
So after that, I turn on my stove and I put the corn and beans in just to heat them up a little because I use frozen corn, so I need to melt off the ice.
Okay.
And I mix them
now together. You mean in the pan?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're not using any oil. You said we don't need any.
I don't use any oil now.
Perfect. Okay. I mean, I have a sort of no-stick pan, but it still seems like it'd be okay, right?
Yeah, I'm using a cast iron, which is what I use every time.
Oh, okay. And so, it's still not having you don't have a problem.
Yeah. And so what I'd say is about, depending on your tortilla size, you kind of just put it in the pan, and however much space that fills up when it's all flat should be the size of your tortilla, because I know that that's going to fit into my tortilla really well.
So I'm just now layering the corn and the black beans. Can you show me your pan, and then I know I'm doing it right?
So there's my pan.
Okay, got it. Okay. Got about the right amount, I think. And then about the same amount of beans?
Yes. So half and half, or if you like one more than the other, you can mix it. So I don't do it till they're like scorching. I just do it till they're slightly warm and mixed together.
Like you said, just get the water off of it. Yeah.
So I'd say, a minute and a half.
Okay.
And I stir them while that happens. And so grab a plate, and this is going to be the same plate you're going to use for your quesadilla. So you're only using one plate. And turn off your stove and just put your corn and beans on the plate.
Okay. I love how the corn and black beans look together. They're so pretty.
Yeah, it's a nice combination. So
makes a good salad too,
Mm-hmm. So the next thing I do is grate my cheese. You can also buy pre-grated cheese, which is easier. But grating cheese is fun for me.
Right. And I'm using usually the big hole on the grater. Is that what you use?
This is, same size.
Okay. Oh, that's cool. That one goes over a bowl, so it just goes into the bowl.
Yeah,
nice.
I really like that.
Yes, fancy. I love it.
So
you need a good amount of cheese, right? Like you almost can't have too much cheese.
Yeah. I'd say for my 6-inch, I probably have 4 tablespoons of cheese, probably measured out to.
Okay.
But it's more, this recipe is a lot about eyeballing. So just do it to however much cheese you like or however big your quesadillas are. I mean the tortillas.
Might do a little bit more. I'm just curious. I had my corn in a little quarter cup, and it might be a little bit more than that even.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I've got the bigger quesadilla too today, so.
Yeah, so you might want a little more.
I was telling you, I did see today in the store, which I haven't usually seen these, the real little ones, which are really sweet, so you could make like individual ones.
Yeah.
Cool. But there's a big difference in the tortillas. Like, are you picky about what type of tortilla or?
Well, I like flour tortillas a lot more. So that's what I use. But you can also use corn tortillas. I find that if you're going to fold your tortilla, corn tortillas will usually snap where you fold them. So that's not great for that. But of course, if you're gluten-free or something, you can, of course, use like a corn.
Yeah. Right. They have all these other ones now. Like I was in the store today and I haven't bought tortillas in a while. I usually just buy corn ones because I tend to prefer those. But for quesadillas, I do like the flour ones more. But they had so many different kinds. And then some of them kind of have a lot of stuff in them, like unnecessary stuff. So I'm trying to find like the best quality, the best price, because they can also get a little expensive.
Yeah.
So it was interesting,
ingredients is best.
Yeah, right? That's what I was feeling like too. Like, why do I need, a big long list of ingredients? I couldn't even read all of it. I was like, all right, I'm not buying those. But all right. And I did kind of buy a little bit of a healthier one. It's kind of like a whole wheat flax one.
Oh.
Because, especially as if you have a tendency to gain weight easily like I do,
mm-hmm.
The flour ones are higher in carbs.
Yeah, that's true.
Than the whole grain ones. So that's, if somebody's trying to limit that, because also we know we got a lot of people at home with their families. Maybe some of the family members want to do that, or they have to be on a lower carb diet. So it's just another thing to think about, right, when you're doing this, to what you can use, All right.
Also, one thing I will mention is if you're thinking about making this for a meal for your family, you can do multiple of them in an oven. You can put them out on the tray. And I believe it's like 400 for like 6 to 8 minutes. And you flip them
in the oven, you mean, instead of in the pans, you can do a lot of them at one time?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And it works just the same. I mean, the taste is a little bit different, but if you're trying to do them in bulk, that's definitely an easy way.
All right, that's a good tip. I like that.
Okay, so the next step is there's 2 techniques to making these quesadillas. So the thing I do is I put one on the pan, put all my toppings, and then I do the second one. But you can also, if you have big ones, you can put it in and fold it and then flip it.
Okay.
So either way works really well.
Are you going to use 2 on yours today?
Yes, I'm going to use 2.
So maybe I'll try doing the folded one just so we end up with 2 different ones and people can see that, Okay.
So you're going to put your heat on. You're going to put it on low.
Okay.
Heat up the tortilla for now.
Okay.
I'm gonna put it on my stove for the rest of this.
Got it.
So the first thing you're gonna add is cheese, and you just want a light layer. You don't want it to be like all clumpy, and you don't want it to be a huge pile of cheese, but you want it to cover the entire thing. For you, if you're gonna do only half, you only want to cover half of the.
Oh, right. Okay, right. That makes sense.
Because you're gonna flip it, yeah.
Okay, got it.
So you're not using all your cheese right now. You're using about half of your cheese.
Okay. I didn't do that, but I'll take it all. I want more though. Oh wait, I have more. I forgot. Okay, I did use half of it. I had 2 piles. I forgot. Okay.
All right, so after you do that, you're gonna add your corn and beans. I usually heat them up before just for this step because sometimes when they're in the middle, they don't get heated as much.
Yeah, that was a good idea. I thought that, like, especially if you're using the frozen corn, that was really smart.
Yeah, and for you, and if you're doing half, you want to only keep all your toppings on one half.
Okay.
Because you will be flipping.
Okay.
So this is what it should look like by now. And after you have your corn and beans on, you put the rest of your cheese on top. So I like this technique because there's cheese on both sides and it gets really ooey gooey.
Smart. That's very clever. I never would have thought of that. I've always just put the cheese on, on the bottom.
Yeah.
And it's never quite enough. And that is why. Now I know. Okay, I like it. Okay.
And it might be overflowing on the sides, but that's okay.
Right, as long as it's not all in the pan, because then it kind of gets a little hard to deal with sometimes.
Yeah.
As long as it's on the tortilla, right, then it's good.
Mm-hmm. I'm then going to put my second tortilla on.
Okay.
And now I turn up the heat a little bit.
Should I fold mine over now?
Yes, you would fold yours over.
Okay. So I don't know if people can't quite see this, but we'll show it to them when I'm done. Okay, and I saw you kind of gave it a gentle press.
Mm-hmm. And one strategy that, you might not have another pan, but one thing I like to do is put a smaller pan, or a pan of the same size, on top for like a little panini press.
Ah, I think I have one. Let's see, but that's a great idea. Oh, I can use this one.
Some weight.
Gotta make sure it's clean, right?
Mm-hmm. So you're gonna wait about a minute. You don't want it to burn on the bottom,
right?
But you definitely want the cheese to start melting. And you can always check this. Just take your spatula and go under.
Kind of take a look at it, yeah. And I can actually see the cheese is starting to bubble on the side of mine, so that's a good sign.
Mm-hmm. So I'm actually going to set a minute timer on my phone.
Oh, that's a good idea. I happen to have one on my stove, but that's good. If you don't have one, then yeah, you use the phone.
Yeah. So you can let that cook for a little bit. I love it when it's a perfect, like, toasty golden brown. That's like when I think it's really good. Because you want it to be slightly crunchy.
Right. So not a hard shell taco, but not just totally floppy, like kind of in between.
Yeah.
Ooh, my cheese is really going gangbusters. Should I be turning this over now?
Well, you wait as long as you want. It depends how cooked you like your tortilla. I wait a minute because I really want it to brown.
Okay.
But however you like it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Because you've got the timer on, right? Okay.
And it just ended. So.
Oh, great. And now I'm going to flip mine.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to flip yours.
Yes.
All right.
Now,
this is a little
what
tricky.
I'm doing is harder to flip, but.
But I think it's a good idea to put that cheese, the 2 layers, because I think it kind of helps keep the corn and black beans in there, right?
Yeah, so I'm going to show mine. It's a really nice golden brown right there.
Oh, yeah. You did a good job on flipping it, too.
Thank you. Yeah. It flips really well. And the way you'll tell is because if the cheese is really melted, it's sticking the 2 sides together. So that when you flip, it's very easy. It's not going to unfold on you.
Yeah, I dropped out a couple of things dropped out, but not bad.
So I'm going to set another minute timer.
Okay.
And let this side cook.
I'm going to get another plate for mine. Because mine's a more whole grain tortilla, right? It won't brown as quite as much,
Mhm.
but it still did get a nice little brown on it, but it won't be as visible as the flour ones really brown up nice.
If you're gonna use corn, those aren't gonna brown very much.
Right.
It's okay.
Right. All right, so we're doing another minute. Oh, I'm gonna get out my hot sauce. What hot sauce are you using?
Actually, I'm gonna move into the dining room when I'm done, and I will show you. My family is a bit obsessed with hot sauce, so a lot of bottles in there. I'm gonna show you some of my favorites.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And this is not an information that anybody really needs to know, but I can't help but say it, is that that your mom and I went to high school together.
Mm-hmm.
And so, we've been knowing each other a long time. And so I think it's pretty cool that I'm with you now and you're in high school. I love it.
Okay, that was my timer.
All right, that just went?
What?
Ooh, this is looking really good now. I can really smell it too. Ooh. Oh, wow, it smells great.
Perfectly. So I have a little bean and corn, so I just like to take that out.
Like the extra the things that fall out. Oh, you mean the extra that was in the pan or extra that you didn't put on the quesadilla?
Extra that fell out in the pan.
Yeah, I had a bit of that too.
A little bit.
Mine's probably a little easier to control being in half, but.
You always want to make sure you turn your stove off.
Yes. Very good tip.
And I have cats, so I need to put everything in my sink to make sure they don't touch anything.
Your cats?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you have 2 cats or 1?
I have 2.
Oh, I didn't realize that somehow. Okay.
They love to crawl on the counters and eat all my food.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they like to eat your food too, not just crawl around?
They're not allowed to, but they still do it. So I'm just cleaning up a little, but I'm going to move into my dining room.
Oh, great.
With me.
And you're going to show us some hot sauces, you said?
Yes.
I love that. That's way cool.
So
now you guys are out of the city like I am, right? Even though we all obviously live in the city usually.
Yeah. So we have a house in Connecticut. So.
Right. And I'm in upstate New York. And so, yeah, it's been a good place to be, all things considered. But I am getting ready for this to end, I will admit.
So, we have some hot sauces here. We got them my dad bought them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Because your dad's a big cook, right? Like he really likes to cook too?
Yes, he loves to cook, and we love spicy food. We have hot sauce on everything.
Oh, wow.
So the ones we have open now, and actually my favorite hot sauce is this one. I do not know how to pronounce that, but that says pipe cleaner. And this
pipe cleaner? That's very funny. Okay. Where's it from?
It's made in New Orleans.
Okay, so they know about hot sauces for sure, yeah.
But I got it, we went on a trip, and we went to the Okefenokee Swamp.
Oh yeah, I remember those pictures. That was way cool, yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
So that's where you got that?
Mm-hmm.
What other kinds do you have, like other countries of origin that you like, or just, how do you know?
Our favorite brand, our like family brand, is Marie Sharp's.
Oh, okay.
He is in Belize. And my parents, they went there right when they got married, I think maybe for their honeymoon. But they went to her factory and they got to meet her.
Oh, wow.
They got her hot sauce and they thought it was amazing. And we haven't really gotten it since because it's really hard. It's mostly you have to go to Belize and get it. But my dad found a place that'll send it to us. So we ordered one. And my birthday was last month. So my dad got me all those hot sauces for the family.
Oh, wow. But you just got like a whole basket of hot sauces.
Yeah, we did the tester. So we got one of each.
Oh, excellent. Excellent. And are they like, on that meter of what's it called? The SCU or whatever that thing is of the hotness of the peppers. It's like your dad probably knows. And then that's how they do that meter. And so my Cholula one is not that super hot. It's hot, but it's not like crazy.
This one, for example, X's.
4 X's. Yeah, so that's pretty serious.
Right. I'm gonna just put away my cats while I eat my food.
Okay, good. You'll be right back then. Okay. So I'm gonna use my Cholula, which I love. So I'm just gonna do a nice little amount of those. And like we were both saying, you know, you can use anything you like in this, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I meant to put in, because the other thing I've been obsessed with for some reason for a bunch of months is banana peppers. Do you know the ones I mean?
Oh, they're the yellow ones?
Yeah, they're kind of yellow and red, and sometimes they're super hot, but a lot of times they're just kind of like tangy and like a little bit hot.
Mm-hmm.
And they are really good. And for some reason, I just have to have these all the time on everything. So yeah, they're just like these ones are pretty mild, and they do them kind of in rings.
We have this. So, here's my tortilla, quesadilla.
Ooh, nice. That looks beautiful, Roxie.
I usually just cut it into quarters.
Right. So I already put my Cholula sauce. You know this hot sauce called Cholula?
Mm-hmm. I love that one too.
Yeah, so I'm using, and again, it's not like super, super hot, but nice. That looks beautiful. I'm gonna I'll cut mine into little triangles too, which is how they kind of serve it when you get it in a restaurant, right? It's usually in these little kind of nice pie wedge shapes or whatever. Yeah, nice. So now you can't really tell that mine got a nice brown on it because I put all the stuff on it, but it looks really nice and it smells super good.
It's great.
I've never put corn in a quesadilla, so that was really interesting to me. That's a really great idea.
So actually, this is inspired by my old school. We used to have these for lunch, like once a week, and they were my favorite thing ever.
Wow. Really good.
Yeah. I found that it's a really good combination. It's a really good combination.
Really good.
Yeah.
I love it. And as I always say, without me talking in somebody's kitchen, they'll get this done super fast. This is great. I appreciate you coming so much.
Of course, this was so fun.
Oh, totally. What else do you like to make? Do you have any other ones that you might want to do with me?
Well, let's see. Mostly I do a lot of smoothies, and more intricate smoothies. I do a lot of fruits in them. I have been baking. My dad and I made a lemon cake. It was really good. My dad makes this really amazing beer bread. So it uses no yeast because beer is made with yeast, so that's how it rises.
Right.
Let's see. My dad does most of the meal cooking. It's not my favorite thing to cook a whole meal, but right. I love to do breakfast. Like I love doing oatmeal, like different kinds of oatmeal, because oatmeal is really quick. And one thing my family does is we have savory oatmeal. So we put soy sauce and we make a soft-boiled egg, scallions.
Wow.
So yeah, it's an Asian thing, and I really enjoy it. I actually like it more than sweet oatmeal.
Interesting. Would you be willing to maybe make that with me? I think that could be really interesting.
Yeah.
Fun.
It's really good.
Okay, that'd be great. I'd love that. So, I mean, whatever you want to do when we get together next, but that would be something I think is very different.
Of course.
I've never thought of making a savory oatmeal, so
yeah.
I mean, it makes sense because like you can make a savory or a sweet polenta, right? The corn.
Yeah. Polenta's great. Polenta.
But with oatmeal, that's a very interesting, and that's an Asian treatment of oatmeal.
Because there's congee, which is basically oatmeal made with rice.
Right. Right, because I've had congee. I like congee. Cool. That would be really fun. So let's think about doing that if you're up for it next time. But whatever you want to do, this was so great.
Yeah.
I love it. It's so good to see you, and I'll let you eat. And thank you so much for coming to visit with Roast to Success today. And we will talk to you soon. Okay, we'll stay in touch.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks so much, Roxie.